Hi team, welcome to my channel. My name is Janet. Today's 10-minute workout is focusing on hips, tummies and thighs. All the moves will be done on the floor, on the mat, no equipment required, just yourselves and your body. All the moves are quite simple to do, so it's suitable for beginners if this is the first time you are here or first time starting your Pilates journey. The hard bit about the workout is that we're doing each movement for 50 seconds long with only a 10 seconds rest. But of course, if you need longer than that, feel free to take it. And as always, if you like these types of videos where it's focusing on certain body areas, please let me know by leaving some comments below, liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Now let's find some space in the house, team, and let's get started. All right, team, let's start on the ground, starting with your hips and glutes, lying on the side, on the right side down. Top leg just rotating inwards and heels. So knee touching, heels touching. Notice how my knees and heels don't actually have to touch to the bottom foot. It is just a direction of guide. So you're holding your body nice and still. Make sure you're pulling your belly button in. Even though my top hand is on my hips, if you feel a bit wobbly today, feel free to pop the hands down just in front of you for a little bit of support. Head all the way down on the hand just so to keep your leg nice and neutral. Good. Give it a little bit of rest for 10 seconds. Of course, if you don't need the 10 seconds rest, feel free to keep going. Otherwise, the next move is just that leg lifted and we're just going to extend out and bend the heel back in. So that top leg stays where it is, where the knee is, in line with the bottom knee. And we're just bending it back to 90 degrees and pushing it out. Toes flexed in towards the shins there, so that your whole leg muscle is activated as you're pressing that leg all the way away. Good. Have a little bit of release. All right, we're going to straighten that leg in line with your hips and start to do a circle back. So that leg kicks forward and then circles back. Now my toes are pointed. If you tend to get sort of cramps in the calves, I would suggest you still keep your toes flexed in like you were doing in the move before. But if you're okay to, toes pointed because it elongates out that leg. You're trying to keep your body as still as possible as you do a kick forward and circle back. So my stomach pulls in the strongest as my leg starts to do that fast kick forward, because that's when you tend to rock through the body. As always in mat Pilates, all the moves are quite controlled, hence why you want to keep your upper body still. Good. All right, have a little bit of moment. That leg is just going to go up for 1, 2, and then lift down. So we go 1, 1, 3 lifts and down. Not 2 lifts, 3 lifts. 1, 2, 3, and then lift. So 1, 2, 3, and then lift to center. 1, 2, 3, and center. Just like an elevator, my toes are still pointed. So you go 1, 2, 3, center point. Keep the activation. Legs should start to get a little bit of burn feel through the side of that hip and that side glute on that top leg that is moving. A gradual burn is okay, no sharp pains. You're avoiding sharp pains, but if you find that your leg starts to get that heat, then you're doing it correctly. Good. All right. Let's roll onto the back. Start to work your tummies, your abs. Make sure your pelvis is tucked and then your back is flat. Lift your head and shoulders, lower the legs and bring it back in.
So extend the legs, drop the legs, lift it up and drop back in. Exhale, come up, drop the legs, come up, and then inhale as you drop back down. So you want to breathe out on the extension because you want to pull your belly button as strong as you can and empty out the diaphragm with the breath coming out so that you can maintain your flat back and drop. Chin tucks into the chest because it helps elongate out the neck. So think about it like a rolled up sock just underneath your chin there. You're holding it. Better to aim for a little bit of a double chin action than have your head hanging back. Good. All right, have a little 10 seconds rest there for your abs. All right, we're gonna scissor the legs. One leg up, other leg down. Level 1's your head and shoulders stay down. Level 2's you're gonna lift your head and shoulders up. Hands go behind the thighs. Keep breathing. One breath, one movement as you start to kick those legs. My toes are pointed. Again, toes flexed in. If you find that your calves don't like that pointed position. And swapping it through. Good. Those of you who can, you keep your head up the whole time. You can always let go of your heads and drop it down for a little bit if you need to. Okay. And rolling that. We're going to the other side. We're going to repeat on the other side. So lying on the left side now. That top leg is bent. You're going to go knee, heel, rotating it out, forward and back. Again, keeping your body still. If you find that you rock and roll a little bit too much, feel free to pop that top hand onto the ground. Helps you stabilize. Think about elongating your torso nice and long. Even though you are lying down, try not to fall asleep. You shouldn't with the hips burning through a little bit. It's only a 10-minute workout today, guys. It's very quick. If you feel like a little bit more, feel free to check out my other videos. Maybe do some cardios. Maybe do like a 15 to 20 minute cardio, and then this exercise for 10 minutes is very good for tone. It's good pairing. Good. Have a little bit of moment. All right, remember that top leg is lifted slightly on the diagonal, and then you kick it out on the diagonal, and then you bend it back in, keeping that knee sort of floating above that bottom knee. You're not drawing that knee too close towards the chest. It stays out further away from you because it keeps the activation there of the legs. Just 2 more exercises after this, team, and then just a little quick stretch before you get to go on your merry way, or maybe do a bit of cardio. Or you might want to do some arm work, or if you've got weights, there's other exercises that you can check out. Lots of videos to choose from. Good. All right, have a little rest here. All right, we're going to point the toes and do a circular kick forward and round it back. Straight forward and round it back, lift up into the diagonal. Try not to lift too high, so you don't want your leg to go completely vertical to the roof. You want it slightly on the angle as you turn it back, working through that hip joint and through your thighs at the same time. And of course, your core is always pulling in because tummies are always switched on in Pilates to help you keep it stable. And also lifting your pelvic floor helps the stabilization of the muscles. Good. All right, last bit. We've got to go up for 1, 2, 3, and then lower down. Once that leg is extended to hip level, 3 rises and drop. 1, 2, 3, drop it down. 1, 2, 3, drop it down. But when you drop it down, it's still with control because you don't want that leg to drop straight onto that bottom leg. You want to float it into the center, and then the thighs don't really meet because you're keeping that leg activated the whole time. 3 lifts and drop down. Last exercise, team, and then we're just going to do a quick stretch at the end if you can. Good job. You might hear some barking. That is my neighbor's dog. Not very happy right now. Good. All right, tap it out. Let's just lie on the back. Let's do a figure 4 stretch so that top leg that is burning, it crosses over that bottom leg. Hug the knee in and release through the glutes there. Swap it over to the other side. Keep that knee open wide because you want your hips to just open through. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Pushing the knees open with your elbows. It just helps you open up through your hips and inner thighs there for me. And then that top right leg lifts up high. Right hand grabbing it and maybe opening it up to the side, making sure the opposite hip though stays on the ground. You do not have to let it go down too far. Just depends on the range. And then swap over to the other side. So left leg towards you, left hand staying, holding on to that leg and let it fall out to the side. Good. Bending at the knees, roll upwards and give yourself a clap. Thank you so much for joining me on this quick workout. I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.